Hi everybody! Kathy and Mark from Cinemondo here in front of the AMC Burbank 16.
Brahmāstra, here we come!
Promoting for like 9 months, since we kind of started doing Indian films way back when.
That's
So
right.
we're finally getting to see it, the big screen. I think this is going to be IMAX 3D.
IMAX 3D, people!
That's insane.
Oh my god.
That's insane.
Insane.
We're going to see it, popcorn, drinks, we're ready, and then we'll be back after the movie to give our thoughts. Okay?
See you soon!
Everybody, we just got out of Brahmāstra. Part
We did.
one.
We just got out. Oh, we have to do this. Look out.
So,
That was our Brahmāstra move.
yes, there's a
Okay.
lot to unpack in this movie.
There's a lot.
But it is, I'll say this, the action is incredible.
Yeah.
The effects really deliver.
Yep.
And, I mean, there's some just huge production numbers, especially
Yeah.
the first one, the Diwali.
Oh my god.
So, the chemistry between... Bye! Thanks.
we can come over here.
Okay, here we go. Hi.
That's not so bad.
So, we'll keep all this in for laughs.
Yeah, it'll be good.
So, the chemistry between Ranbir, get Mark out of this. Get Mark from here eliminated from the.
As the camera's like, I'm not gonna stay on Mark. You just can't force me. Okay, it's good.
So, let's talk. Everything about it, so much of it works.
So much.
The chemistry between the two, they fell in
Yeah.
love. There's just great action,
Yeah.
the music, the story is good. And I'm telling you, some of the action stuff, especially sort of the chase scene.
Yeah.
And then it was really sort of intense, and
Yeah.
the music works, the effects are good. It's very sort of exactly what you would think as you saw in the trailers. You
Yeah.
know? But some of it was really beautiful, too.
It really was.
There was some really beautiful imagery.
Yeah. And I thought, some people have said, I've heard some people that's seen it already, and they thought it bogged down in the love story, but I actually really liked the love story. I thought the love story was really sweet. It made you invested in the relationship, and I like Alia Bhatt anyway, so I do not mind seeing them on screen together. And I thought they were really cute, and I liked the initial she sort of ignited that fire in him, and that was a cool little moment. I think people kind of didn't give it its due and how important that was to the overall.
It's how he,
film.
how he gets his inner power, but. I think it's also very innocent, sweet. There's nothing wrong with throwing that into
Right.
an action movie. And a lot of people want to see the action. There's plenty of action.
Yes, there's
Tons
plenty of action. Tons.
I don't think you're wanting from anything. And people say the love story bogs it down. Well, you're putting that in. It's a 3-hour movie. There's going to be a lot of everything. So it's really exciting. I think it starts out with a bang, with a great scene in this penthouse with the scientist.
That was the hottest scientist ever. Mr. Scientist was very hot.
Yeah.
We had that. Yeah, him in his bathrobe in the monkey form, which is hilarious.
It was just like, wow, this is going to be some special, interesting direction and choreography. And it doesn't let up. And even the choreography and the dance stuff is really sweet. And the music's great. Deva.
Yeah, Deva Deva was great,
So good.
the songs were amazing, and I loved them in the context of the film. It was great to see on the big screen, and we saw it in 3D, which made it extra cool.
3D IMAX, and the presentation was excellent.
It was.
I found sometimes 3D can be a little bit off-putting or blurry.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very well done as far
really
as that was. So. I'm trying, I'm trying to think of the negatives because I read some reviews too.
Well, I mean, I guess you could quibble on the special effects. They were very consistent, but they were very magical and whimsical and beautiful. But they felt a little video game, which I'm okay with because I love video games. But a lot of the stuff, like when I've seen the sword come out with the effect and he's wiping everybody out with them, it's like I've done that in a game.
Yeah.
But I love that. I'm totally fine with it. But in a way that kind of gave it a more fantasy feel, which I really enjoyed. There was a sort of innocence that I feel like you could almost made it feel almost like a Disney movie in a good way. Like it felt very Disney and Spielberg. There was sort of this innocence and earnestness
There
with
was
all
also-
the acting, like the discovery and the puzzles and trying to put it all together. Like it was very, very like Spielbergian. Like I almost got like a vibe of like kind of Indiana Jones-ish in a weird way.
Well, there was a joyousness to it.
Yes.
Like sometimes these movies can be kind of a negative, down, bummer vibe. You know,
Yeah.
like a lot of action films. This one does not have that. I agree. It has that sort
Yeah.
of uplifting Disney innocence,
Yeah.
and that's okay because in this film it is fantasy. I mean,
Yeah.
it is fantasy,
It
and
is.
so even with the violence and a lot of blood
Yeah.
and stuff, it's not sort of this negative, crushing,
Yeah.
violent, gory stuff. It's very light.
It was.
And the effects are quite good. Even
I
at
thought
the
they
end,
were
there's
really
some of
good.
this crazy sort of world
Great
ending
ending
stuff.
and super great ending.
Yeah. And
Okay.
it's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad.
It's too bad. All right, so what's one?
Okay, so yeah, I was talking about. There's also I love the team at the end. They're at the last bastion
Yeah, the
where
action.
all the people are being trained.
Yeah.
I love like the different powers everyone had that they learned. Like the little boy could make things levitate,
Right.
which was cool. Really, really fun, and it did feel like really like there was that innocence of Spielberg in it. I'll just say it. I'm just gonna keep saying that. It really did. It was so sweet. The movie was very sweet.
Extremely
I think-
entertaining. This is, and you can take your kids to this. Yeah, there's a lot of this and a lot of that. But it's overall it's a very sweet film, and there's a lot of positives to it. And the people that bad mouthing this and that, man, just let that go.
It's so much fun. I don't know why how can you not like this movie? It's so full of heart. It has so much heart. Also, I want to appreciate one of the things I noticed, I want to remember. At the very beginning, they have a warning of like no animals were harmed. And they also said no power animals, no energy animals were harmed either because they are CGI effects.
Yeah.
That was
I know.
so cute.
And I'm trying to think of what animals were actually in the movie that were.
A monkey, a bull, snakes.
Yeah, but not real ones. Just
No, they were the energy animals.
Yeah,
the other animals. Yeah, I don't think there were any.
there wasn't. Yeah, so don't worry about that. And it's all, and they're really
Believe
cool.
me.
I think my favorite scene. I'll just say the scene with the bull and the bus. That was.
Bull and Bus was amazing.
I thought
it was super fun.
really
It's in the
cool.
trailer a little bit too.
Yeah.
It was
So
so
it kind of delivers what you think it will be.
Yeah.
Totally in spades, and also it's very, very sweet film, and you get that too. So this is just a winner. This
It
is
went
totally.
by really fast.
It did. So
really did.
it's a great matinee film, or take your kids. If you can see it in IMAX or 3D, it doesn't hurt it whatsoever.
I
In
don't
fact,
really love 3D, and I was amazed by this because it wasn't overdone. They didn't have a bunch of stuff coming at you. It was mostly felt immersive. Like you felt like you're kind of in the movie. It
Yes.
wasn't just overwhelming, like things sticking in your face.
None of that. No,
not a ton of that.
It was more just this ambience of fireflies, kind of. It was just very sweet. So
And also, I like the idea that there's going to be more parts because I would totally watch more of this.
yeah.
And like I said, by the time you're ready, by the end of it, you really do want to see what Dev's going to have going on.
And what will be part 3? Because it is a 3-picture deal. It's a trilogy.
Right. Oh,
So
yeah. I also like how the fire didn't really seem to harm him until the very end when it burned his shirt off. So that you could then see he had a big moment with his abs. It's like,
Yeah.
okay,
There's the abs.
that's a thing now.
That's the abs, yes. And he delivers too. He's a handsome fella, that's for sure. The beautiful couple, and they fell in love, which is a nice
Oh my
sort
God,
of.
I wish I had a movie where I fell in love like that.
Yeah, with a superhero.
Yeah, with abs like that.
Yeah. So Shiv and Isha fell in love in the movie, and they fell in love in real life.
And now
so,
they have a baby. It's all very adorable and perfect.
So if you're thinking about seeing Brahmāstra, Part 1, or Shiva Part 1,
Definitely.
Brahmāstra Shiva, see it.
So fun.
Yeah, I really had a smile. And 15 minutes in, I said, "Oh, this has a nice vibe to it."
I know. I was like, I wonder when the slow part's going to happen. Everybody's kind of bitching about the love story. It never kicked in, and I'm like, I guess that was the part people were complaining about because it didn't bother me at all. It was fine.
Yeah, that's part of the show.
But there's a lot of depth to it. There's a lot of the different astras and how that whole mechanism works and how some people have the power and some don't. Some have to claim it. There's a lot of history and mythology and depth. So it's not it is its own universe, but at the same time it brings in a lot of its own mythology and history to help make that deeper,
Yeah.
which I really liked.
Well,
It's confusing, but I think I got it.
It's all about world building, and he built a
Yes,
world in this
he did.
first film, and it'll continue on to the next two. So
Yeah.
we'll be there. Cinemondo.
We will be there.
We'll be there. So thanks very much for watching our video, and go see the movie.
Go see the movie! Yay! Oh, here's a picture of the stairs. Here we go.